Good evening. Welcome to our regular scheduled board meeting today on September 23rd. The time is now 6:30 p.m. and 6:37 p.m. and we are going to get started with our meeting. Roll call, please, Madam Secretary.
VP Bowman,
Present.
Trustee Kraft,
Here.
I'm present.
Right.
Trustee Gross,
Present.
President Hannah,
Present.
and Treasurer Terry.
Present.
We have a forum.
Thank you. If everyone can stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can I get a motion for the approval of the agenda?
So moved.
Support.
It's been moved by VP Bowman, supported by Trustee Grove to approve the agenda. Any questions? Roll call.
Oh, let me pull it up.
Trustee Kraft,
Yes.
I'm voting yes. Trustee Gross.
Yes.
President Hannah,
Yes.
Treasurer Terry,
Yes.
VP Bowman.
Yes.
That passes 6-0.
Thank you. Moving down to our awards and recognition. Dr. Leverett.
Thank you. Good evening, President Hannah, trustees, our staff, and community that are here this evening. We are very excited to recognize students that participated in our business summer camp at Oakland University. That summer camp was held July 15th through the 19th, and this is just another example of a variety of supports and programs that are afforded to our students, and we are just so excited that our students were able to participate and grow as a result. Again, that was under the leadership and communication with our great partner, Teresa Rogers, who is the Senior Director of Partnerships and Community Outreach at Oakland University. So this first certificate of distinction is proudly presented to Elijah Quinones in recognition of your performance during the business summer camp at Oakland University. We congratulate you, Elijah, on an outstanding summer filled with firsthand experience in a world-class university setting, given this 23rd day of September 2024 in Pontiac, Michigan. Elijah.
Come on down. Sit.
This certificate of distinction is proudly presented to Deshaun Osley in recognition of your performance during the business summer camp at Oakland University. We congratulate you, Deshaun, on an outstanding summer filled with firsthand experience in a world-class university setting, given this 23rd day of September 2024 in Pontiac, Michigan. Congratulations, Deshaun.
Son was a staff. You look good, man.
Certificate of distinction. This certificate proudly presented to Sanaya Mans in recognition of your performance during the business summer camp at Oakland University. We congratulate you, Sanaya, on an outstanding summer filled with firsthand experience in a world-class university setting, given this 23rd day of September 2024 in Pontiac, Michigan. This certificate of distinction is proudly presented to Jackenzie Jeter in recognition of your performance during the business summer camp at Oakland University. We congratulate you, Jackenzie, on an outstanding summer filled with firsthand experience in a world-class university setting, given this 23rd day of September 2024 in Pontiac, Michigan. Congratulations, Jackenzie. This certificate of distinction is proudly presented to Alana Smith in recognition of your performance during the Business Summer Camp at Oakland University. We congratulate you, Alana, on an outstanding summer filled with firsthand experience in a world-class university setting, given this 23rd day of September 24 in Pontiac, Michigan. Congratulations, Alana. This certificate of distinction is proudly presented to Jonathan De La Rosa in recognition of your performance during the Business Summer Camp at Oakland University. We congratulate you on an outstanding summer filled with firsthand experience in a world-class university setting, given this 23rd day of September 2024 in Pontiac, Michigan. Congratulations, Jonathan. Again, we are excited. We want to recognize our students and thank you, parents, family, and community for continuing to support our students. We appreciate you. We look forward to seeing them again next summer. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Leverett. Board, any comments? Troy Kraft, Trustee Kraft?
I'd like to thank you for making us look good as Pontiac citizens and as Pontiac board members from Pontiac District, okay? You guys, we are very proud of you, and we'd like for you to keep up the good work, and thank you, parents, for supporting these children and all you do and all this, because it takes some good parents to put out these good kids, so thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Kraft. Any other comment? Yes. Trustee Gross.
I want to give thanks to this administration and for the recognition that we do at our meetings. And it gives us the opportunity to showcase what we have here in Pontiac. Parents, I thank you because the trust you have to not only send your kids here, but to keep them here. No matter what you hear from outside or even sometimes within, you still have the trust. And not only that, you continue to work with your kids, and this is what happens. So I say to all the parents out there who are parents of our district, this can be your child too. This is your child. And ours is, as a board, our only job is to ensure that we agree upon, that we sign, seal, and deliver whatever it takes to make sure that our kids get the best, because they are the best. That's what we're here for. We're not here about any mess or any whatever. We don't even deal day to day. That's not our job. Our job is to make sure that we showcase what it is that we're doing for our children and why we're doing for our children. And this is living proof that what we're all doing together is working. It's working. And it's good to see some of my old friends out there that got their kids here. Many moons. Glad to see you. Thank you.
Thank you, Gross. Any other? VP Bowman.
I just would like to say congratulations again. It takes a lot in a special group of youth and parents. So thank you all so much for continuing to show up and show out, because one thing Pontiac, Michigan does is show up. So thank you all for showing up and representing this district well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments?
I'll just say congratulations to you guys, and just know that you can be and do anything you want to do. Set your mind to it and just keep striding for the best. I'm proud of each one of you.
Good point.
Thank you.
Good point.
Treasurer Terry.
Yep, I just want to add on to say congratulations as well. To take some time out of your summer and get involved with the summer camp. I mean, that means a lot, because there's a lot of other stuff you probably could have been doing. But I hope you guys learned something while you was there, something that you can, install in your life as you move forward. Apply that to lessons learned and everything else as you continue to move forward. But once again, I want to wish you the best. I want to say congratulations. Thank you for taking the time out. And parents, I want to say thank you as well for the support, making sure they got there to be able to complete the program and taking time out of your day. I know summertime it gets a little busy, and a lot of people on vacation and taking trips and everything else, but I want to say thanks again to the parents that took that time out to make this thing happen. So thank you, and I wish you all the best.
Yep. Thank you. And I will just add to Jackenzie, Sanaya, Deshawn, and Elijah, you never know who's watching you. And I will say that I've heard great things about your participation at the camp. You guys really represented this district well. And so I thank you because, again, you never know who's watching you. So just to have others come back and share of how proud they were to see students from the Pontiac School District at this camp and the behavior that you guys exhibited. So thank you for what you did. I hope you continue to be great role models this school year for your peers, and hopefully you guys can go back again next summer and participate in the camp. So to parents, thank you so much for what you do with your students, and a big thank you to Oakland University and partners alike for even investing in our community and our students. So thank you guys. And we would like to take a picture. So if you give us just a couple of minutes, we'll grab a quick picture and keep the meeting moving.
Come on up from parents, kids, come on up from, yeah.
All right, thank you. As we continue in our agenda, recognition of elected officials. Good evening again, board trustees. I don't see any
Good evening,
elected
Doc.
officials in the audience. Moving down to consent agenda, can I get a motion?
So moved.
Support.
It's been moved by VP Bowman and supported by trustee Grove for the approval of the consent agenda items. Are there any questions? Hearing none, roll call.
Voted yes. Trustee Gross?
Yes.
President Hannah?
Yes.
Treasurer Terry?
Yes.
VP Bowman?
Yes.
Trustee Kraft?
Yeah.
That passes 6.
Thank you. All right, moving down to general counsel, human resource items. Dr. Leverett?
Thank you, President Hannah. At this time, I'll turn it over to Ms. Kellum, and she will have discussion and action on the approval of the final retention stipend for all vendor contracted staff. At the previous board meeting, there was conversation regarding first student as well as PGS, and those have been included in this contract. So at this time, I will turn it over to Ms. Kellum to go over the background rationale as well as the stipend and the stipulations. Ms. Kellum.
Thank you, Dr. Leverett. Good evening, everyone. I am, Dr. Leverett mentioned discussion and action for approval of final retention stipend, all vendor contracted staff. The background rationale reads, in order to continue to retain and support the work of the district and to equally across the board provide a stipend to all vendor contracted staff, administration is asking for the final retention stipend below. Retention stipend within the final available funds in ESSER 3. Provide a $3,000 retention stipend to all full-time vendor contracted staff. Must work until the last day of the fiscal year, school year, June 12, 2025, or the district will recoup the full retention stipend. Provide a $1,500 retention stipend to all part-time vendor contracted staff must work until the last day of the fiscal year 25 school year, June 12, 2025, or the district will recoup the full retention stipend. Retention stipend stipulations. In order to appropriately obligate the funds and make the expense eligible to be included as part of the liquidation extension request, vendor contract employer must sign the retention contract on behalf of their employee and return signed contract to the Department of Human Resources by September 27, 2024. All vendor contracted staff will receive the retention stipend once they meet the requirement of working in our district until the end of the 24-25 school year, June 12, 2025. Vendor contracted staff's employer will only pay their employee after the last day of the school year, June 12, 2025. The district will not accept invoicing prior to June 12, 2025. Vendor contracted company must invoice our district immediately thereafter, June 12, 2025, but not before. Eligible vendor contracted staff are those who are active on September 6, 2024, must work until the last day of the fiscal year, school year, June 12, 2025, or the district will recoup the full retention stipend, and the W-2 will be adjusted by the employer. Employees must contact their employer to determine the date of the stipend, the date the stipend will be paid to them after June 12, 2025. The funding source is ESSER, $3. Recommendation is the recommendation of administration that the Board of Education discuss the final retention stipend for all vendor contracted staff and move to action in the amount of $439,500 for all full-time and part-time active staff, and move to action after discussion.
All right, thank you. Board, any questions?
Might have been answered.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. All right, next. Item B.
Sure. No problem. Good evening. I'm presenting you all with the Fourth Amendment to the PGS Professional Ground Services Contract. The district's contract extension with Professional Ground Services is set to expire on October 1. The administration is recommending the Board of Education approve a 9-month extension of this grounds contract. We believe it is in the district's best interest to extend the grounds contract with PGS. If we lose PGS, we may also lose the monthly rent that the district is receiving for renting space at the Fell Center. The quality of work and response time from the district needs, for district needs has been a great value under our current contract. There is no increase in the monthly contract amount. It is the recommendation of administration that the Board of Education approve the 9-month extension of the PGS contract for ground services at an amount not to exceed $303,760 from October 1, 2024 through June 30th, 2025.
Thank you. Any questions from the board?
Funding signs, funding from general fund.
General fund, yes.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Nope. Good. All right, thank you. Item C.
Yes, Attorney Seegers.
Yes. The Pontiac School District collaborates, well, this is the First Amendment to the SRO agreement with Oakland County Sheriff's Office. The Pontiac School District collaborates with the Oakland County Sheriff's Office to enlist school resource officers, aligning with our overreaching commitment to prioritizing the safety and well-being of our students and staff. It remains paramount to retain qualified candidates within our school community who reflect the values and objectives of our district. We seek individuals who exemplify traits conducive to enhancing school security, providing structured leadership, and introducing innovative strategies aimed at fostering a secure and conducive learning environment. To address the evolving needs of the district and retain such personnel, a revised agreement with the Oakland County Sheriff's Office has been proposed to incorporate the addition of a patrol sergeant position. The inclusion of this role aims to further enhance the safety and security of our students, staff, and school properties. This position will offer vital supervisory support and operational oversight, thereby bolstering the school resource officer program in a more comprehensive and effective manner. It is the recommendation of administration that the Board of Education approve the amended 2024 School Resource Officer Agreement with the Oakland County Sheriff's Office in the amount not to exceed $49,400 $42.25. The effective date of the addition to this position will be October 19th, 2024. The specified amount covers the annual salary and billing adjusted on a pro rata basis to reflect the remaining calendar time of 2024. So just to break that all down, we're going to add a patrol sergeant at the high school. We also want to do it for next year for the 25 contract, but that contract apparently isn't ready to come over to us from the county. So what we want to do is amend the contract so that starting in October, there will be a patrol sergeant here for October, November, and December. Between now and December, we'll get the amended contract for 2025. So this 49,000 essentially represents approximately a quarter of the yearly amount for this particular position. So next year, the increase in the amount will be roughly, it's $196,000 just for that one position. So, but for the remainder of this year, it's $49,000, and that's what administration seeks approval for.
All right, questions, trustee?
And that doesn't affect the SROs that we already have too. Those two people will still
Will
be
still
in
be here,
place,
correct?
correct?
Correct.
So, yeah, because I don't want them to leave. No, not the position, those two people. Because they're therapists too. And with this patrol, does that mean that patrolling through the district, what about after-school events? I got a nod, so I'm good.
Okay.
Okay, so hey, we on it.
Okay.
I wish we had the ability to pick the patrol officer, because these two we got are very good. So, but yes, I'm definitely in support of this because of what's been going on. And these officers are an integral part of our district too, because our kids look up to them and they actually trust them.
Yes, they do.
And that's the key. It has been hard over the last 10 years for a student-kid-officer relationship like we used to have when Kraft and I were kids way back in the early days, and we loved to see the police. Now they're making that change in our district, and I appreciate them. So thank you for bringing this forward. Whoever thought of this, I have to say Dr. Leverett, because we got about 4 doctors in this room. With all these doctors in here, Dr. Leverett.
Thank you, girls. Thank you. Any other questions?
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, President.
All right, moving down to D.
Yes, Attorney Seegers, continue.
Haven't been this busy in a board meeting in a while. This is the proposed tentative agreement with the Pontiac Educator Secretaries Association, PESA. The district and the Pontiac Educator Secretaries Association.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I think you moved down to E maybe, D for lease of a portion of Roger.
They're out of order in my thing. I'm sorry. So Rogers is next.
Yes.
Let me see. I think I have that here.
Yep.
All right. So this is a lease, or what they call a license agreement, for a portion of the Rogers Elementary School property to F.H. Passion and S.N. Nilsson and Associates. The proposal to lease or license a portion of the Rogers Elementary School playground to F.H. Passion and S.N. Nilsson Associates, who is working on the road in front of the school, presents several practical and financial advantages for the district. This temporary arrangement would support essential infrastructure improvements while safeguarding the school's interests. Below are key reasons why this leasing opportunity benefits both the district and the surrounding community. Support for critical road infrastructure projects, minimize community disruption, revenue generation for the school district. They're going to pay us $2,500. Long-term benefits for school access and safety. And this is a project that they're working on over right in front of Rogers. They're using a very small portion, I want to say, I think it's maybe about 15 by 15 area to do some staging for some of their project. And before I agreed to recommend it to the board, I did first speak with the facilities director and I made contact with the principal at Rogers to make sure it would not in any way interfere with anything else going on at the school or within the facilities environment overall. I also contacted the company that is doing this, the engineering firm that's doing this, and I I made sure that I had them add to this easement that they would put up appropriate, caution warnings around the area where they'll be doing the work because, obviously this is at an elementary school and kids are always curious about things going on. And so they put that in this easement as well. And for the cost, they were coming in much lower, but I thought for a 2-month project, which it says, I thought $2,500 was appropriate, and that will be payable upon execution of this agreement. And with that, I'll entertain any questions.
Okay. Any questions from the board? Yes, VP Bowman.
Now, I know that they're going to be outside of the building and any things like that. Are they going to come into the building for like?
No, this is really on the very far edge of the property where the baseball diamond is. And
Okay.
apparently no kids play over there anyway, so, and they're gonna be putting up some tape and fencing.
Thank you.
Is this,
Yes.
okay, Doc, is this similar to some of the discussion we had as it pertains to when we have road construction done over here, they may want to use part of our area to put supplies there until there's a road, correct? This is-
Yes, that's
Yeah,
correct.
It's very
That's a good
true.
idea
Yes.
because we're doing that over our church and that's a good deal, but they're paying us for this. Well, they, UWHRC and the high school, use all of them, they're paying $25 a month. As long as it's not affecting any, and it's not, and I'm just saying, this is a good idea.
Yep.
Because we're looking at doing that here too, right?
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
All right, thanks, thank you, Doctor.
Yes, thank you. All right, moving on down to item E. This is proposed tentative agreement with the Pontiac Educator Secretaries
Yes,
Association.
I'm back there now.
Yep.
So this is the proposed tentative agreement with the PESA, the Secretaries Association. The district and the PESA entered into contract negotiations in the summer of 2024, and after being engaged in several sessions, have agreed to the attached document. The attached tentative agreement sets forth a 2.57% increase in pay and step increases for the 2024-25 school year. It is the recommendation of administration that the Board of Education approve the attached tentative agreement between the district and the Pontiac Educator Secretaries Association.
Okay. Any questions?
How long is this contract?
1 year.
So we'll come back again next week?
Yes.
Is it any, that standard, or is it something we should look at for a couple of years? Is that standard?
I wouldn't say necessarily standard, but
So in the future, I'm just asking, future reference, can we look at something longer?
yes.
Yes, we like to have
agree.
multi-year
years.
contracts as we have one with the Administrators Union right now. And that's what our goal would be, to do 2 to 3 to 4-year contracts if
I
we
agree.
can. But a lot of times they want to do extensions. And so this is one of the extensions based on us trying to negotiate with the other union.
But with specific things happening, when it comes to the extensions or anything to add as the year goes on, say the district came in a bundle of money, we can always go back to the table to renegotiate within those contracts that's already approved, right?
Yes.
So it's not
Of
that
course.
we can't come back to the table.
Correct.
That's why I'm throwing it out there, so
yeah.
people understand is, because it's 1 year, or even if we did 4 years, doesn't mean that if the situation changes, even if for the worse, we can come back and say, we can't provide this. Our forecast saying that we have to make some changes for the next 2 years of your contract.
Correct. And
We can do that too, right?
yes, and that 1 year just gives us a little bit more time
I agree.
based upon the prohibited subjects coming back into play with the teachers union. Just give us an opportunity, Attorney Seegers and Pete, to kind of take our time and negotiate through these contracts.
No.
Dive in them really deep.
It's real good because, listen, I understand, and I understand the people that the unions that we're negotiating with, people are stressed, especially during this time, not just from this side of the table, but on their side as well, because, and I'm sure people will be more comfortable knowing that they have a contract in place for the next 2 or 3 years
Yeah.
compared to one, instead of keep coming back, asking or changing or not getting or getting. And so I think that's important to alleviate or relieve some of the stress that they also have.
Yes.
That is also a big concern to make sure.
Yeah.
Because, listen, we remember some time ago with secretaries, it was rough a few years ago when we did that negotiation, but this year it seemed that things were not as bad. That's just on this side of the table.
That's
Okay.
correct.
Okay, yeah, so
Yes.
I'm right. Hey, I'm right about, finally I got something right. Thank you, Ms. Kellerman, Mr. Seaver.
All right. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Doc.
Yeah. All right, moving down to item F. Proposal of tentative agreement, yep.
Yes, so this is pretty much the identical tentative agreement that we have with the secretaries. This is with the Pontiac Peer Educator Instructors Association. Just like with the PESA, this agreement provides for a 2.57% increase in pay, as well as a step increase for the members for the 2024-25 school year. And just like the PESA agreement, it's a one-year agreement. And that's it.
Okay. Good? All right, we're good with that. All right, moving down to action items. If we can combine action, make a motion to combine discussion items A, B, C, and D for approval.
So moved.
And support.
All right, it's been moved by VP Bowman and supported by Trustee Grove to combine discussion items A, B, C, and D for action. Any questions? A, B, C,
How about E and F?
D. Can we,
We'll do them separate.
Oh,
Can we, or it's up to
could we
you?
do them all
you can do
together?
them all together?
We can do them all together, including
Oh,
those?
yeah.
Okay, I already
that's
moved
even
my
better.
motion.
We didn't know.
All right, we will.
I remove my motion.
I'll remove my support.
All right. All right, so now can I get a motion that we combine action items A through F for approval?
So moved.
And support.
All right, it's been moved by VP Bowman, supported by Trustee Grove, to combine discussion items A through F for approval. Any questions? Roll call.
Trustee Gross,
Yes.
President Hannah,
Yes.
Treasurer Terry,
Yes.
VP Bowman,
Yes.
Trustee Crowd,
Yeah.
and I'm voting yes. That passes 6-0.
Perfect, thank you. Moving down to curriculum and instruction.
No, you got to approve that was the amendment. Now you got to approve them.
That was
approve the
combined.
motion. Yes.
All right, so
Yes.
now can I get a
You
motion
good.
for the approval of action items A through F?
So moved.
Support.
It's been moved by VP Bowman and supported by Treasurer Terry for the approval of action items A through F. Any questions? Roll call.
Trustee Gross,
Yes.
President Hannah,
Yes.
Treasurer Terry,
Yes.
VP Bowman,
Yes.
Trustee Crowd,
Yes.
and I'm voting yes. That passes 6-0.
Thank you. Now curriculum and instruction, moving down to item number 2.
Thank you, Dr. Hannah. At this time, I will turn it over to Dr. Devison, seeking discussion and action for K-12 science materials and licensing, and this is year 2 of a 3-year agreement. Dr. Devison.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Again, agenda item K through 12 science materials and licensing, background and rationale to purchase K through 5 science kits and online licensing for high school chemistry. ECA K through 5, $103,178.50. Cengage, $15,400, and the funding source is general, and we put the account numbers listed before you. Recommendation, it is the recommendation of administration that the Board of Education approve the purchase of K through 5 science kits and online licensing for chemistry in the amount of $118,578.50.
Thank you. Any questions? Yes, Treasurer Terry.
Just a quick question. Is there any, I guess you want to say, feedback data in regards to how successful this, I guess, books or apps have been?
I don't have it currently, but I can definitely report back on it.
Okay, I would like to see that. Please,
Okay.
give me a chance. Thank you.
VP Bowman.
So science kits for the elementary and things like that, as far as the online licensing for a high school, is no physical materials, just online?
So we will be coming back to you on the next month or next board meeting for the high school material.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Terry.
Is it additional materials from your background rationale?
So when you look right here, we have ECA K through 5, and then the next time when we come, we'll come for 6 through 12, because when we tried to request the quote, they didn't have that ready and available for us.
Okay, so this is just for K through 5?
Correct.
Okay. I'm just wondering if you want to maybe modify the background rationale, because you also have on here licensing for the high school chemistry.
That's the Cengage.
Okay, so it is
Yes.
part. So then
Yes.
there's another part coming back.
Correct.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Yep, we'll align and make those corrections, trustee Terry, so noted.
No, we will.
Okay, thank you.
Did you have something?
I'm all set.
All right, any other questions? Thank you, Dr. Devison. All right, item B.
Dr. Devison.
Okay, agenda item 2024-2025 school year mathematics materials. Background rationale, PSD administration is looking to purchase curriculum resources materials for 24-25 school year. For McGraw-Hill Math, K through 5, $69,330.60. This is for the student math journals, students' digital resource license, and instructor digital resource license, and the Cengage Big Idea Math 9 through 12, $25,894,000. Student digital license, instructor digital resource pack license for 1 year. And then we have the Savvis Blitzer Pre-Calculus 5E Math High School Resources, Student E-Tech, and My Math Lab Digital Resources, again for the amount of $5,479.87. The funding resources is from general budget, and we put the account numbers here. Recommendation, it is our recommendation for administration that the Board of Education approve the 24-25 school year mathematic materials in the amount of $100,704.47.
Thank you. Questions?
I read it. It's good stuff.
No? Okay. VP, you good? All right. All right.
Mark is good. I'm good.
All right, thank you.
Right.
All right, moving down to action items for the approval of K-12 science materials.
So move.
Support.
It's been moved by trustee Gross and supported by VP Bowman for the approval of the K-12 science materials. Any questions? Roll call.
President Hannah,
Yes.
Treasurer Terry,
Yes.
VP Bowman,
Yes.
Trustee Crab,
Yes.
I'm voting yes, and Trustee Crab.
Yes.
That passes 6-0.
Thank you. All right, approval of the 2024-2025 school year mathematics material. Can I get a motion?
So move.
And support.
It's been moved by VP Bowman, supported by trustee Gross, for the approval of the 2024-2025 school year mathematic materials. Any questions? Roll call.
Treasurer Terry,
Yes.
VP Bowman,
Yes.
Trustee Crab,
Yes.
I'm voting yes, and Trustee Garrett, I'm sorry. Gross.
No. I'm sorry. Yes.
And President Hannah,
Yes.
that passes 6-0.
All right, continuing with our agenda, moving down to communications, petitions, and delegations.
There are none.
All right, thank you. Board comments. We will start with comedian of the night.
I knew you would. Thank you, just real quick. What a good meeting tonight. You know what? Some people have a tendency to look at our agenda and say, oh, my Lord, they're going to be there all night. And she get us out of here before 7:30. I can get home and see the lottery. No, I'm just kidding. It's a joke. I just said that 'cause I know. Don't tell on me. No, don't tell. I'm just kidding. What a good meeting tonight. I am so glad that we're making steps towards getting the business done in the district, and we're doing so. Let's keep doing what we're doing. I don't think the last time, Doc, we had the game afterwards. Dr. Leverett and I had a great field trip with about 2,700 children to the Michigan State game. It was just her and I chaperoning. No, I'm just No, Miss Rush did an excellent. I'm really talking because I want to commend Cynthia, right? Cynthia Rush, our assistant principal over at the middle school, who, because of the efforts through Mr. Witherspoon, who was actually on the field and was pushed into the Michigan State Hall of Fame for the national championship team way back in the day. But so he was able to set up where we can take a group of children, and we took about 85 students, and they had the opportunity to visit one of the greatest campuses and schools in the world, not just the United States. Go Green. Say it again. And so we had the opportunity, and listen, I need to say this. And Doc and I, we talked to the kids before, in the middle, and even afterwards. Hear what I'm telling you. We're talking about 85 kids all together. We didn't have not one problem. Not one problem. Going and coming home. And the kids got home in time. Ms. Rush told us that every kid got home safe. And to see their faces. Actually, I made about 15, 20 new buddies because I bought pizza. And so, but the kids were wonderful. And so I'm saying that to say this, that if we ever allowed the opportunity to put our children in positions to go other places to do things, they have shown that they're very capable. And listen, and this is no knock towards the type of students we took. A lot of our students were from the special ed department, and that's no knock. My point is, with the directions and guidance, every child, no matter what type of class they're in, will perform. And the only thing I had to say to them, when I had a kid, he was just throwing candy at the girls. He was having fun. Mr. Groves, he's throwing. I said, listen, all I ask him is, are you having fun? He said yes. And I said, would you like to do this again? I said, because you see that lady over there? I says, she can make it to where we can do this again. But you can't go to me if you keep throwing candy. I won't throw anymore. And that's all you have to say. And it's not pointing fingers. But listen, what a great job. What a great time. And Michigan State won 40-0. And so I love that. And I ask that if we can continue to do that and showcase our children, whether it's 10 or 100, let's continue to do that in this district, because I'm telling you, they all performed so well. We had a ball, and we did. And Doc, I enjoyed the time we had together. And let's keep doing that. And I want to thank everybody for what we're doing. Let's continue to support our children out on their football field, that soccer field, and I think volleyball's coming up. Going on now. So let's continue to support our children in sports. Pontiac, listen, we may not end where we were before, but through A.D. Covington and what he has done and put the coaches in place and what we're doing, we're going to eventually become championship teams. And Mr. Witherspoon always tells me, say, listen, y'all got some fine facilities. You need to start doing something and fill them up and get these people back in Pontiac, because Pontiac was known not just for academics. We were, but we also had some good sports teams. And I commend, and I'm glad A.D. Covington is here to commend him. And lastly, in November, our own relationship we had with a semi-pro team, the Pontiac Pharaohs, who have gone on and moved to a higher level in the semi-pro league. They're going to start in November. And I am the Pontiac Pharaohs official announcer. So come on out if you just want to hear my voice. Come on out and support them. But listen, it's great basketball. These guys are scoring over 100 and some points a game. We've had a local kid, Khalil Gracie, who was named Sixth Man of the Year for the league, and he's Pontiac owned. And so come on out and support in November, and I'll give you further information. Plus, some of our kids get in free. Most of our kids get in free. So I just want to say that, and thank you. I got 5 seconds, and I'm out.
Thank you. Trustee Kraft.
I'd like to echo what Trustee Gross said. We had a great meeting today, closed session meeting, and our regular board meeting. Usually the closed session meetings are really intense. But I would like to also thank the awardees for coming here and their dedication to our school district and having a great summer program for them and their parents. I also like our officers, and they do a great job. They do a great job, and they deserve everything that they get, because I see like they are, like you said, they're therapists. I'm at the schools a lot of times. I'm there every week. They see me, and I can see those kids interacting with them. And the good thing is that they're not looking at them as villains. They're looking at the officers as partners, as friends. And you got to have that level of trust when you're dealing with these kids. And when they trust the officers, man, you find out a lot of stuff. That's where your snitches come. And I don't mean to say snitches in a bad way. I don't mean to say it in a bad way. It's a good thing, because you have to have the kids. The kids know what the other kids are doing. And we're the last ones to find out as adults. So that's when you get that level of trust with the certain kids. It makes your job easier. Okay, and I'd like to also go back on to, I'd like to thank for whoever developed that with the partnership with the Michigan Dolphins, the little AAU football team. I happened to be there Saturday at the game. My daughter, believe it or not, my 8-year-old daughter is playing for the Dolphins. It's full contact football, but they have so many levels of it. They have the 8U, the 10U, the 12U, and the 14U, and they have the cheerleaders is also there. And it's an amazing thing that we have opened up the doors to our community. And most of the people in our community didn't get a chance to see our facilities. I mean, we're holding on to gyms that we put money into, and which they actually paid for, that they didn't have a chance to see. But having a good community programs where you're inviting other people out here to see our district, that would make the kids want to come here. They see these beautiful facilities. And lastly, I think our board is moving in a good direction. And I think, we had our, ups and downs like anybody else as a family. We fight, but we love each other at the end of the day.
Amen.
And
Amen.
thank you, everybody, and keep doing a great job, Doctor.
Thank you, Craig. Secretary Davis Smith.
Yes, today was a good meeting, and congratulations again to our students. I do love the feeder programs and things like that, because our students don't get what we got as kids. Just like Lil Louise, I played football for PAL. I was the only girl as well on that team. But I believe that's why we stayed in this district, because we were playing sports. Like, I was cheering for them at first, and I wanted to stay in the same school as my friend. I remember us moving, and I was afraid of not being able to be with my cheerleading friends. And so I believe those feeder programs will keep our children in our school district wanting to be with each other. And I think that's why we were so great, because we fed off of each other when we played sports and things like that. And I just also want to thank our entire staff, because it takes everybody to run a district. Our food service, our athletic department, our parapros, who we don't talk about a lot, they do a lot of work. I witnessed that being in the district and things like that. Our bus drivers, I'm glad that they're able to get the stipend, because they were out there during COVID, and so was our food service. When all of us was at home with our computers with our children, they were actually out there in the trenches, and a lot of them were sick and things like that. They also are the first ones to encounter our students and the last ones to encounter our students. And I believe that all of our staff, our mothers, mentors, therapists to our children, we spend more time with our children than their families a lot of times. So I'm just grateful and thankful for our staff, because a lot of them are here not because of pay, because we know y'all teachers, it take y'all, most of my friends that are teachers got about 4 or 5 jobs. So it's not the pay, it's because they really love being here in this district. And I know I had to stop driving the bus, because my husband said I was giving too much to our children. But thank God I'm back on the bus, not in our district, unfortunately. But I'm still with Pontiac school kids. And I just appreciate you guys. I know if you're not mentally there, our children won't be. So we're here, we actually work for you guys. I know y'all think y'all work for us, but we work for you. And we're here to help our district as a whole because we need you guys to be whole to make sure that our children are successful young adults. Thank you guys. Have a good night.
Thank you, ma'am. Treasurer Terry.
I'm gonna be short.
Okay.
Once again, congratulations to our students that completed the OU Business Summer Camp. Keep up the good work, and hopefully you can participate again next year when that time comes. I also want to make a note, Accent Pontiac, for those that do know, they do participate with a lot of our students here in the district. They're very active with their music instruments and very popular, known for their bucket bands. They are having their 7th annual Green Bucket Run. That will be held on Saturday, November the 7th. The start time will be at 9:30 a.m. And that will be at Kirk in the Hills in Bloomfield Hills. So I will continue to make notes of that for anyone that's interested in participating. But you can also get more information and details about that at www.accentpontiac.org. So feel free to look that up if you're looking to support the students in any kind of way. I believe that is now a program through K through 12 now, if I'm correct. So they are very active within the school district. So come out and support if you can. Outside of that, good meeting. Good to see everybody again. Let's continue to move forward and continue to take care of business. Thank you.
All right, thank you. VP Bowman.
Good evening. To follow the sentiments as all of my trustees, this was a very good meeting, and congratulations again to our youth for the summer camp. I would like to say that I'm sure at this point in the year that we are in need of volunteers. Through the Rotary, I would like to say that if we can get at least 10 volunteers to commit to 4 hours within the month, you get a bike, something with pedals, something that you can ride. But we're looking for volunteers to get in the schools to work with our youth. So if we can get somebody, 10 people, at least 10, to commit 4 hours in 1 month, that's 30 days. Take your time, however you want to do it. We'll get you something, whether it's the child that needs the bike or the adult that needs the bike. Don't care, just want bodies and buildings to help our babies. Otherwise, this was a great meeting. Good night.
All right. Treasurer Terry.
I'm sorry, just
Part
real
two.
quick, one more important message. Obviously, I just want to encourage everybody to get registered to vote.
Yes.
Make sure that you get registered and make sure you also get out there to vote in November. It's a very important year, and I think there's some positions also. So make sure you get out there and support. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
All
sir.
right, thank you. All right, so I did have the opportunity of visiting our open houses last week, Kennedy, Owen, and Rogers, and I just want to give a big shout out to Ms. Shields and Ms. Kavanaugh, Dr. Kavanaugh over there at Kennedy, Owen, and our guest principal, Dean, and Principal Ewing at Rogers. I will say, despite the construction that they have going on in front of Rogers, it was a great success. The turnout, I mean, it was so many cars all over the place. The parking lot was huge. Both open houses were very well attended. So I just want to say thank you to our staff over there, our principals and the staff and the team that were there to greet those parents and those students. It was a really, really good event at both of them. Community, I'm happy to hear that we had a great turnout for our football game. The High and Avondale. I love the fact that we had so many community members come out to support. The game didn't necessarily go in our favor, but we're getting there. And just the fact that you all were there to support our students means the most to us. So I want to encourage you all to come out and join us on October the 4th for our homecoming this year. Tailgating starts around 3. There's a parade that starts at 3. Tailgating will be thereafter. Doors open at 6:30, and the game will begin at 7 p.m. So the same attendance and the enthusiasm that you showed for the game for Avondale and the High, I hope to see you all come out for homecoming to support us. Again, I want to thank Ms. Rush, Dr. Leverett, for taking our students to MSU. Thank you, Trustee Gross, for being there as well. We talk about exposure, and we talk about how we need to make sure our kids have the same opportunities as so many other students. So it's opportunities like that, as well as the one that Oakland University has offered us to allow our kids exposure to see different campuses. That's where we want them to go. We want them to be able to see it so that they can envision themselves in those spaces. So I want to give a huge thank you again for Dr. Weatherspoon, our now Hall of Famer, for bringing that opportunity before us, and just for our administration and staff to support our students and be there with them. Again, just thanking our students, the parents that were here tonight, and those students that were recognized. Thank you for making us Phoenix proud. Just demonstrating that you have the ability, you have the interest, and so we will continue to support those students. And that is all I have for tonight. Perfect. Next thing on our agenda is adjournment. Can I get a motion?
Support.
It's been moved by VP Bowman and supported by Trustee Gross to adjourn the meeting. Any questions? Roll call.
VP Bowman,
Yes.
Trustee Kraft,
Yes.
I vote yes. Trustee Gross,
Yes.
President Hannah,
Yes.
and Trustee Terry.
Yes.
That passes 6-0.
Perfect. Meeting adjourned at 7:33 p.m. Thank you so much.
I'm serious.